The two representatives of FSEF, my friends, Mr. Nata and Mr. Baro, the rep from the FTUC, Mr. Rohit Karan Singh, my colleague, the permanent secretary, the people who make it all happen, the participants this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I remember participating in such functions, especially on OHS days in the past, as the representative of the FTUC, as the workers' rep. And then I have had to assume this role. And I was here last year with you all when we celebrated the OHS Day. And it's always a pleasure to be with workers and employers, because it is the workers and the employers that we associate all the time. We are here to serve you. We are not here to be served. That's something that I very firmly believe in. And like I always say, the chair that I occupy today was occupied by somebody else yesterday and will be occupied by somebody else tomorrow. So while I'm here, it is my duty to do my level best to serve the people. And I pray to the Lord all the time, every morning, that He gives me the wisdom, the strength, the self-discipline to be able to serve honestly and diligently. I am very grateful that we have a very great team in our ministry, right from the permanent secretary to the deputy secretary and all the directors and the rest of the staff. Very committed. We are here to serve you, like I said earlier. So I'd like to thank the organizers once again for inviting me. In today's theme, the impact of climate change on occupational safety and health. Ladies and gentlemen, now this is a new addition to our responsibilities. That doesn't mean that we in any way are going to neglect our normal precautionary measures that we have been taking all along to ensure that there are no mishaps at the workplace. And like I said, this is now an added one. So we'll have to work together to see how we can make it happen. Again, ILO on the 28th of April every year commemorates the World Day for Safety and Health at Work, focusing on a theme that is timely and related to safety and health. This year, the ILO focuses on a very crucial theme, highlighting the pressing need to address climate change at the workplace and the effect it has on our health and safety. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been hearing about climate change and its impact on the entire universe, on the entire globe, on the whole world, and we in the Pacific are the most affected. Although we contribute the least The cause is somewhere else, is the bigger industrialized countries. And we, the small island states, are the ones that suffer. Hence, the need for the world to be fair to us, to make sure that we are able to mitigate. And the only way to mitigate is climate financing. And our government is very strongly advocating, very strongly fighting for the entire Pacific, small island states, to see that justice is done to us. I thought I would make that remark. Ladies and gentlemen, according to ILO, every day 6,300 people die as a result of occupational accidents and work-related diseases. Globally, 317 million accidents occur on the job annually. Many of these resulting in extended absences from work. The human cost of this daily adversity is vast, and the economic burden of poor occupational health and safety practices is estimated at 4% of the gross GDP. And that is huge. When you talk about 4% of the GDP, it is huge when you translate it into actual figures. The United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development encompasses a global plan of action with specific targets to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure prosperity for all. Sustainable Development Goal 8 focuses on decent work and economic growth, which basically emphasizes on productive and decent work for all. Ladies and gentlemen, climate change is no longer a distant threat, but a stark reality that is already affecting our lives and livelihoods. The changing climate patterns bring with them a myriad of challenges that directly impact the safety and health of workers across various industries. From extreme weather to rising temperatures, the effects of climate change are profoundly shaping the way we work and the risks we face on a daily basis. One of the most immediate impacts of climate change on occupational safety and health is the increasing frequency and intensity of extreme weather patterns. We have just been through over a month of torrential rain, and our infrastructure has suffered extensive damage. That's one of the causes of climate change. Floods, cyclones, fire, tsunami, and hurricanes have become more common, posing significant risks to workers in various sectors. These weather patterns not only disrupt work operations, but also expose workers to physical hazards, psychological stress, and long-term health consequences. Ladies and gentlemen, moreover, rising temperatures and heat stress present a major challenge for outdoor workers, particularly those in agriculture, construction, transportation sectors. Heart-related illnesses such as heat exhaustion and heart stroke or heat stroke are on the rise, necessitating the implementation of effective heat stress prevention measures and adequate rest breaks to protect workers from the adverse effects of high temperatures. Ladies and gentlemen, for this I would like to contextualize it to the workers who are employed in the industries such as road transport, roads and transport, manufacturing, sawmilling and logging, mining and quarries, building, construction and electrical engineering, who spend most of their working period outdoors. In addition to the physical hazards, climate change also exacerbates existing occupational health risks such as air pollution, vector-borne diseases, and exposure to hazardous substances. The changing environment and the conditions can lead to the increase of allergies, toxins, and contaminations in the workplace, putting workers at risk of respiratory problems, skin disease, and other health issues. All of these impacts affect the human health. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important that employers understand how climate change affects the health and safety of workers. There are actions employers can take to prepare now, such as including a climate change component in existing safety and health training. It's very important to prepare our workers. Make sure they understand, they have the skills, the ability to deal with it in the proper manner. We need to establish tools and strategies for protecting workers from climate change related hazards such as temperature extremes and pesticides. All these can be used to protect workers currently experiencing the health impacts of climate change. Employers, of course, are responsible for providing a safe and healthy workplace. Employers have a moral and legal responsibility to protect their workers from safety and health threats. Moreover, preventing occupational illnesses, injuries, and deaths can reduce financial losses related to issues such as absenteeism, reduced productivity, and disruptions to business continuity. Our health and safety laws oblige employers to assess risks in the workplaces and subsequently take adequate preventive measures. Such assessments should be part of an OHS management system implemented by employer with the participation of the workers. It's very important to work on this together in partnership. And while we expect employers to ensure that all the PPE is there, all the safety gear is there, it is incumbent upon the worker to ensure that proper utilization is there. We have had occasions where the employer has provided all the gear, but the worker, it is discovered after the injury, was not actually wearing the hard hat or those safety boots. So it's a two-way thing. We have to remember that. Ladies and gentlemen, occupational risks related to climate change should be addressed as an integral part of the risk management policy of each company. Now, as we collectively address climate change, businesses should be sufficiently prepared, empowered, educated, concerned, or compelled to protect their employees from the health impacts of climate change. Workplace preparations include devoting resources to hazard recognition, performing vulnerability assessments to determine which workers are vulnerable to climate change related hazards and when and how and why. Implementing a control strategy with policies, procedures, equipment, and work organization that eliminates or minimizes the impact of these hazards. These also include emergency planning and business continuity measures in response to natural disasters and floods. We know that whenever there is a flood, the impact is devastating. Ladies and gentlemen, these tools and strategies can also be used as the basis for planning for the prevention of future health impacts on vulnerable occupational groups. In today's session, with the various stakeholders, you all will have first-hand information on the effects of global and regional climate change impact. Impact of climate change on our health services, and the environment, and its effect on our workplace at large. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ministry of Employment, Productivity and Industrial Relations plays a pivotal role and stands at the forefront in shaping the future of employment relations in Fiji by creating policies, programs and initiatives that support sustainable growth, decent work and social justice. The Ministry is also committed to reviewing the relevant OHS legislations to ensure it is relevant and applicable to the current and emerging OHS, including climate change. Towards this, the Ministry, through the assistance of ILO, has completed the development of Fiji's first National Occupational Health and Safety Policy and Profile. These documents aim to improve workplace standards and practices and to ensure all compliance with ILO standards. The documents analyze Fiji's OHS situation, identify areas that need improvement, and outline a roadmap for action. So it's all there for us to move forward at the implementation stage. As we confront the impact of climate change, ladies and gentlemen, occupational safety and health, it is imperative that we adopt a holistic and proactive approach, mitigate risks, enhance resilience, and promote sustainable work practices. This requires collaboration between governments, employees, and workers, and other stakeholders to develop, implement effective policies, guidelines, training programs that address the evolving challenges posed by climate change. On this World Day for Safety and Health at Work, let us reaffirm our commitment to creating safe and healthy and sustainable workplaces that are resilient to the impacts of climate change. By raising awareness, sharing knowledge, and taking concrete actions, we can build a future where every worker can thrive in a safe and supportive environment, despite all the challenges that we face. Ladies and gentlemen, I have much pleasure in now declaring this workshop open and wish you all fruitful discussions, and the takeaway from here is something that is going to produce some desired outcomes. At the end of the day, it is about outcomes, not about the output or the input. If the outcome is not there, then it is a futile exercise. So let us all make it happen like you have been doing all the time. You are always acknowledged for actively participating and working together to make sure that our workplaces enjoy that kind of safety, that kind of healthy environment, despite all the challenges that we are faced with. Thank you once again. Pinakabakalebu, dhanyawad, and God bless you.